Palantir stock is under pressure and continues to go down after earnings. In this video, we'll take a look latest financials, forward PE, and technical charts to make some assessment for Palantir for next week. Now, let's get started. On your screen, you see Palantir stock chart for Friday. On Friday, Palantir was down 2.5%. Last 5 days, Palantir is down 15%. Last 1 month, Palantir is still down 9%. Last 6 months, just 4.5% up. And last 1 year, situation is not that bad. So still more than 100% increase in last 1 year. Now let's take a look latest financials and forward PE. You see this table on your screen. I updated this table with the latest financial, that is column H, and I also have the historical data for last 6 quarters, including revenue, income, margin percentages, EPS actuals, free cash flow per share, and debt to equity ratio. And also I have these two columns, column I and column J. The column I is year over year increase and column J is quarter over quarter increase. So starting with the revenue, good growth in the revenue, you see year over year 20% up and quarter over quarter 4% up. Net income also going in the right direction, more than 500% up year over year and just 13% up quarter over quarter. Profit margin, gross margin, earning before interest, taxes, and depreciation margin percentages all are going in the right direction except the gross margin. Very minimal growth in both year over year and quarter over quarter. EPS actuals 60% increase year over year, but quarter over quarter no major change. We'll talk more about EPS actuals in a bit. Free cash flow per share is not going in the right direction, is negative both year over year and quarter over quarter. Debt to equity ratio also going in the right direction, is going down, and that's a good thing. Now let's talk about EPS more in detail. Let's go to EPS tab. So I have updated this table also for EPS projected versus actual, and I included the latest quarter. The latest quarter, the actual is 0.08 versus projected 0.08, so no major change there. And also I have the EPS projections. So from Q1 versus Q4 this year, we project 12.5%. Slow growth, but not going down. But the problem we saw in the earnings release is revenue guidance. The revenue guidance for Palantir was not so great, and it missed the forecast. Now let's talk about the forward P ratio and try to make price assessment for Palantir. So I updated this table with the latest data, including adjusted closing price for last 4 weeks, EPS forward, EPS trailing 12 months, and I also calculated the P ratio with respect to EPS trailing 12 months and also forward P ratio with respect to forward EPS. And I also updated this table, trailing P and the forward P with the latest numbers. The forward P latest number is 62.42 and also updated here. And also the third table is EPS actual versus projected and the closing price, and also the surprise percentage for earnings for each quarter. For last quarter, we didn't see increase or decrease, so the numbers just match the forecast, so 0%. I also have this table that has minimum, average, maximum, and the median earning surprise for last 6 quarters. And another table I have this one that is median, min, average, and a maximum for the forward P for last 5 quarters. And those quarters are more relevant, so I kept the calculation until those quarters. So now I was ready to update my Palantir expected price range, and that is good until the next earnings. So based on my calculation, the minimum value is 18.85. The way I'm calculating is I'm using the forward EPS, that is H4, that is this guy, and then I'm multiplying it with the forward PE, and that is the minimum value, that's this guy, that is S32, and then I have the third one, that is minimum earning surprise, that is 0%. I'm not using the negative earning surprise because that will give misleading results. So using those three factors, I got the minimum value 18.85, and then I'm same formula for the average value, EPS forward times average forward P for last 5 quarters, and the third one is the average earning surprise. That is this one. That gives 23.32. Next one is the maximum, same formula except the fact that I'm using the maximum forward P, that is this one, and also the median value for the maximum. Okay, instead of using the maximum, I'm using the median value. Both for average and the maximum, I'm using the median earning surprise. So that gives 26.12. So in my opinion, Palantir should be trading between these two levels, minimum and maximum, before the next earnings. The average looks to me a little higher, that is 23.32. At this point, Palantir is 20.60, and in my opinion, that's not a bad price to buy and keep it until the next earnings. The only caveat here is the P ratio. The P ratio for Palantir is still above 60, and that is much higher than other AI stocks, for example, NVDA, SMCI, and AMD. Now, let's take a quick look on the technical charts. So, I'm showing you 90-day 1-hour chart for Palantir and also Bollinger Bands, the upper and the lower band. So, at this point, Palantir is going below the lower band, and that tells that Palantir does not have the strong positive momentum at this point, but at the same time, it can bounce back anytime. So, probably early April, same situation we saw. Palantir continued to go down, but after that, it bounced back, right? So, same thing could happen here as well. And we see this kind of trend, Palantir continues to go down and then it bounces back. Now, let's take a look at MACD. You see the MACD chart. So MACD line, that is the blue line, is well below zero level. That tells that, Palantir did not have the strong momentum since last few days. But this also tells that it can bounce back anytime. See what happened here? Had the same situation, but it bounced back. Same thing here, it bounced back. So I guess the point is coming where Palantir can bounce back again. That's my opinion. Now let's take a look at RSI. So RSI in a 90-day 1-hour chart is at 32. So slightly oversold at this point. So that's also tell that, Palantir can bounce back anytime soon. Maybe it can go down further. For example, here, see what happened? And also here. But eventually, if no fundamentals change for Palantir, I'm guessing Palantir stock should go up. So that's all about my analysis regarding Palantir. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.